D-backs baseball, a chance tonight to win another series as we play the finale against the Giants. It's also your chance to call in and buy a D-backs mini plan. Only tonight you buy 4 games and get the 5th game absolutely free. So it's a big night at the ballpark. It starts right now on Fox Sports Arizona. Good evening from Chase Field. Welcome to the broadcast. Steve Berthiaume, Bob Brenly along the way. The purple is in place on this Throwback Thursday. A special night, special offers, and a special guest all in the booth. More on that in a moment. But first, Bob, it's Zach Greinke on the mound tonight.
The special guest on the mound, Zach Greinke, and he loves the mound here at Chase Field. Last season, he was 13-1 here at Chase Field with an ERA under 3. Opponents only hit .209 against him. He punched out 131, walked only 23, coming off a win at LA when after the leadoff home run by Chris Taylor, he dealt into the 7th inning.
He's up against Giants lefty Ty Blach. It's a big booth for us here at Chase Field. It's a good thing because we've got the big unit. Every Throwback Thursday broadcast this year will be joined midway through by Randy Johnson. It starts tonight.
Plenty of room. I don't know if there's enough headroom. There's some low-hanging objects here. We'll have to keep an eye out for the big boy, but it's great to have Randy in the booth tonight.
Yeah, somewhere around 3rd or 4th inning, RJ will stop by and he'll hang out for a while. We'll talk D-backs baseball on this Throwback Thursday, going for a series win over the Giants. Fox Sports Arizona back after this. D-backs baseball on Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. By APS. APS works 24/7 to keep you plugged in, powered up, and connected. By Gila River Hotels and Casinos. The card by Gila River Casinos earns you rewards 10 times faster than ever before. Sign up for the card today. And by your Valley Honda dealers, where you'll get more standard features for less money. Choose Jazz. By Santan Ford. We are Santan Ford. By Sling TV. Live TV you love, only better. And by Jack in the Box. This season, D-backs home runs score free Jumbo Jacks, only at Jack in the Box. This Throwback Thursday has Zach Greinke on the mound. How about those white caps? We're throwing back 20 years of D-backs baseball. D-backs and Giants starts next on Fox Sports Arizona. So it's roof closed for this one. We're inside Chase Field. Steve Berthiaume, Bob Brenly, and Kate Longworth with you. It's the D-backs and the Giants on this Throwback Thursday. And the white caps are in place with Zach Greinke on the mound against the San Francisco Giants, who were looking for their first series win of the year. And they're facing a right-handed starting pitcher for only the 6th time all season. Here's their lineup. It's brought to you by your Valley Chevy dealers.
A little different look for Bruce Bochy tonight. Gregor Blanco will lead it off out in left field. Joe Panik back in the lineup at second base. Andrew McCutchen will be out in right field with Buster Posey cleaning up and doing the catching tonight. Brandon Belt down at first base. The red-hot Evan Longoria at third base. Brandon Crawford will be at shortstop. Gorky Hernandez out in center field, and left-hander Ty Block on the mound.
It's right-hander Zach Greinke, who's your Ram truck starting pitcher for the D-backs. 1-1 in 3 starts and a 5.29 ERA. Zach coming off a win at Dodger Stadium last Friday.
Yeah, we talked about that briefly in the open. Gave up a leadoff home run to Chris Taylor and then cruised into the 7th inning of that ball game before he kind of hit a wall. He's had great career numbers against the Giants. 17 starts, 11-2 with a 237. You see his numbers on the season.
He was rolling in that start at LA, retired 15 of 16 at one point. E.D. Marshall Jewelers gives us a look around the diamond at the D-backs defense.
David Peralta out in left field. A.J. Pollock will be in center with Chris Owings in right field tonight. It'll be Devin Marrero at third base, Nick Ahmed at shortstop, Ketel Marte at second, Paul Goldschmidt over at first base, Jeff Mathis as usual behind the plate tonight for right-hander Zach Greinke.
The crew chief calling the balls and strikes tonight. Tom Hallion is our plate umpire. Chris Siegel at first base, Dan Bellino at second, and Phil Cuzzy at third. A Throwback Thursday. Before we get going, Bob, it's time for your Valley Honda dealers key to the game.
Well, it works a lot of different ways. Don't miss out. The Diamondbacks don't want to miss out on a chance to win their 6th consecutive series to start the season, and you don't want to miss out on the ticket offer we have for you tonight.
That's right. D-backs mini plans on sale all night long tonight. We'll tell you all about it over the course of the ball game. You buy 4 games and we give you the 5th one absolutely free. This is Gregor Blanco, the former D-back, who fouls out to Devin Marrero, and 1 pitch, 1 out for Greinke. That's right, all night long, fans. You can only do this over the phone. 602-514-8400. If you buy a D-backs mini plan, you purchase discount tickets to any 4 home games this year. We will give you the 5th game absolutely free. You can pick the game, you can pick the seat. Here's Joe Panik back in there tonight at second base. 293 and 3 homers. Panik sat out last night. He was the Giants' first base runner Tuesday against Patrick Corbin when he walked in the 4th inning. Finished that game 0 for 2. It's going to take an inning or two, I think, emotionally to adjust to these white caps.
Ice cream.
It is a different look, to be sure.
Well, it's a look. It wasn't even super popular with the players back in the day.
That's a squib shot foul. Ron Wotus over there at third. It's certainly unique, and it kind of takes you back to the original D-backs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Andy Bennis, Brent Brady, and George Fabregas. Yeah, I can still see those guys out there.
1-2 on the Giants' second baseman. Fastball down on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Panik. Andrew McCutchen on deck. Well, the Giants come into tonight 7-10 on the year, so they've played 17 games and are facing a right-handed starting pitcher for only the 6th time all year.
Boy, that is really bizarre to see that many lefties that early in the season.
So some of the big lefty bats for the Giants are getting a bit of a break tonight. Guys like Panik and Belt and Crawford. Fastball's low, and it's a full count, 3-2. Belt had the big home run, of course, last night. The 100th of his career. That stays fair for Goldie. Greinke gets over there, 2 down.
Just tidying up some matters down there defensively at first base. I mean, on every play, you might say, give me the feet a little bit higher, give it to me a little bit lower, a little firmer, a little softer, lead me a little bit more. Goldie says, I know what I'm doing. A couple of Gold Glovers.
And a whole bunch of Gold Gloves between those two guys. Nationwide Vision Center's eye on the game. 3 defenders on the left side of the infield against McCutchen. McCutchen singled twice, stole a base, and scored last night. 2 for 8 in the series. There's that hard changeup from Greinke, 1-1.
Well, there's really only 3 or 4 miles an hour difference, sometimes not even that much, between his fastball and his changeup, but there's something about that pitch that still gets hitters way out in front.
Fastball just off the plate for Tom Hallion. It's 2-1. Yeah, he says the key for him with his changeup, it's a movement pitch more so than a change in velocity off speed pitch, like it is for most guys. Down and in to the right-hand hitter. Fouls off a fastball, and it's 2-2.
Well, if you're watching us in the valley, you know it's been extremely windy here this afternoon. A lot of dust in the air, and with that in mind, the roof and panels closed up tonight.
Yeah, I got dead leaves all over the yard, in the pool, everything. Skimming the pool 3-4 times today. Well, Cindy was. I supervised. There's some more over there.
Somebody has to be in charge.
Got to watch the dog. Buster Posey on deck. Full count, 3-2 on McCutchen. This is belted to right center. AJ over to cut it off. McCutchen heads for second, and he's in there standing up with his third double this year.
McCutchen has shown a quick swing in this series. Hasn't always gotten good results, but this time he drives it into that gap in right center field. An 88-mile-an-hour heater from Zach. Cut off by AJ out there just in front of the Ram Trucks pool.
Well, he's in scoring position for Buster Posey, who's hitting .291. He's homered twice. Singled, walked, and scored a run last night. He also struck out 3 times in last night's game. Two-out hits, a key for the Giants last night. Belt's 2-run home run in the 10th off Brad Boxberger came with 2 down in the inning. A lot of talk all over the Valley today about last night's ball game and all those chances late. They just couldn't get those runs in.
So many opportunities. 4 consecutive leadoff doubles, 3 of those followed by another extra base hit. That's good, though. You know, even if people are being critical, maybe if Torrey's moves in the ball game, or why did they do this, why did they do that, I love the fact that people are talking Diamondbacks baseball.
Absolutely, I'm with you. Well, Torrey had a lot of questions after the game last night. This or that. The other thing was the contact play on for Dyson at third. Did you think about hitting for Avila? All those baseball questions that come up. There's a fastball just off the plate. That's a strike, and Greinke's ahead 0-2. D-backs baseball at the forefront these days for the first-place team in baseball's best division. That slow curveball, and they retire Posey, stranding the 2-out double. D-backs coming up. For the Giants, it's Ty Blach, 27-year-old left-hander. He was the Giants' opening day starter this year at Dodger Stadium. That's been his only win this season.
That was really good in that game. Gave up only 3 hits in 5 innings. Didn't give up a run in that ball game. Also had a pretty good start against the Dodgers just a couple of weeks ago. 6 innings of 4-hit, 1-run ball. He's a soft tosser, fastball in the low 90s, maybe in the upper 80s. Big slow curveball, straight changeup.
Valley Chevy Dealers has the lineup for Torrey Labello's D-backs.
David Peralta will be in left. Ketel Marte at second base. Paul Goldschmidt at first. AJ Pollock out in center field. Chris Owings getting the start in right field tonight. Nick Ahmed at shortstop. Devin Marrero at third base with Jeff Mathis doing the catching for Zach Greinke.
Here is David Peralta. And it's been one of the trademarks, I think, Bob, of this season. Not just the fact that David Peralta is doing so well in the leadoff spot. It's his first at bat in every game. He really has been, in that regard, a tone setter.
Yeah, usually sees a lot of pitches in that first at bat of the ball game, and usually finds a way to get on base.
Singled in his first at bat last night. But down 0-2 against the Giants lefty. Fastball up. Yes, he went, says Phil Cuzzy. So much for that first at bat theory.
I think David gave that one away a little bit. He tried to check his swing and then started walking across home plate. Phil Cuzzy really didn't have any alternative but to call him out.
E.D. Marshall Jewelers has a look around the diamond at the Giants defense.
There's former D-back Gregor Blanco. He'll be in left field tonight with Gorkys Hernandez in center. Andrew McCutchen in right. It'll be Longoria and Crawford on the left side of the infield. Panic and Belt on the right side with Buster Posey behind the plate for the lefty Ty Blach.
And that means it's a right hand at bat for Ketel Marte against the lefty Blach. There's a changeup right at the knees, 1-1. Ketel hitting .236 on the year. Now Ty Blach is not by any means a strikeout pitcher. In fact, last year he averaged only 4 strikeouts for every 9 innings pitched, the lowest ratio in the major leagues. But he throws strikes and he works quickly. Longoria at third. Blach can be a little bit of a nibbler out there. He needs to be precise with his location. He'll spot the fastball, hit the corners. But he's got a knack, at least he did last year, for pitching pretty deep into ball games.
He's one of those guys that might not always be pretty, but usually he's effective.
So's this guy.
Yeah.
Paul Goldschmidt, 250, 4 home runs. I love the white caps in the field and the purple helmets at the plate.
Purple helmets look good,
don't they? Goldie doubled twice last night, scored a run. He's hit safely in 7 of his last 8 games. Out of play, and it's 1-2. D-backs off to a 12-5 start. A win tonight would make it 6 straight series victories to begin the season. That would extend the club record. Doesn't chase a fastball off the plate, and it's 2-2.
You mentioned Blach works quickly. Diamondbacks might have to slow him down a little bit tonight, especially if he gets into a good rhythm early.
Yeah, he's a get it, throw it guy, that's for sure.
Right out of that Wade Miley role, and we know what opposing teams used to try to do against Wade Miley. Take their time getting in the box, take a lot of time between pitches, call timeout, step out of the box, anything to slow him down.
A.J. Pollock on deck. Ty Blach, a Giants 5th-round draft pick out of Creighton University. He's from Aurora, Colorado. Blach worked 5 scoreless innings in L.A. opening day. Pitched well against the Dodgers in San Francisco. 1 run, 6 innings. He's lost to the Mariners and the Padres. His last start last Friday in San Diego. Gave up 4 runs, 7 hits, and 5 innings at Petco Park. He walks Goldie, and here's A.J. Pollock. One thing about Blach, he does keep it in the yard. He's yet to give up a home run this year.
He hasn't given up a homer? Do something about that. Well, we talked about David Peralta in the first inning of a ball game. How about A.J. Pollock this year? 6 for 12 with 3 doubles and 7 runs driven in. That's the 3rd most in the National League RBIs in the first inning.
You see A.J. 254, 3 homers. Had an RBI double in the 9th inning last night. That's your average Ty Blach fastball right there, right about 90 or so, but pretty well located. Giants with 3 defenders on the left side of the infield against AJ. 91 on the fastball, up a little bit this time, and it's 0-2. Nationwide Vision Center's eye on the game. The second baseman Joe Panik just on the shortstop side of the bag. Belt holding Goldie on the base at first. All kinds of room on the right side of the infield. There's the changeup, and he strikes out Pollock. No score after 1. D-backs and the Giants.
The brand new Coors Light Cabanas. There's a group right here enjoying these, and I want to remind you tonight about the broadcast ticket offer, where if you buy 4 games, you get a 5th game free. And guys, we know there's not a bad seat in the house when it comes to Chase Field, but these new seats here in the Cabana are pretty exciting. This is for a minimum of 8 people in a group, and it includes Miller Coors beer. And we want to remind you that with this ticket offer of buy 4 games, get 1 free, it also includes holidays, which is pretty exciting because the D-backs are home on Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, Memorial Day. The list goes on. So we want to remind folks out there, if you're out home watching, call up right now and make sure you get out to Chase Field for a game.
Yeah, you're right, Kate. It is a special broadcast ticket offer, good for tonight only. It ends when the game ends. And you can't get on the WWW. You got to use the phone. We're going old school here. 602-514-8400. Buy a 5-game D-backs mini plan. You pay for 4 games, and we give you the 5th one absolutely free. That's rope foul by Brandon Belt. Now, the beauty of this, as Kate mentioned, you can pick whatever game you want, whatever seat you want. You can choose to sit virtually anywhere here in the ballpark. You can pick right behind home plate, behind the dugout, wherever you want. You'll also get postseason priority, meaning if and when we get to the postseason, you'll get a chance to buy tickets before they go on sale to the general public. And you'll also be automatically entered to win a meet and greet with Gonzo at some point later this year. So get your schedules out and pick. Okay, I got to pick 5 games. Take a look, see what works for you, and let us know. Call us at 602-514-8400. Brandon Belt dialing long distance there. That's his 3rd of the year, and it's 1-0 Giants. Career home run number 101 for Belt.
I mentioned Evan Longoria looked like he was starting to get locked in last night. You could say the same thing for Brandon Belt. That quick, abbreviated, very little follow through on his swing. It gets a barrel on that ball. It's a long way to right field.
Yeah, these guys are going to hit. It was inevitable at some point with this lineup they've put together. But you know, solo homers don't beat you. Here's a guy who's hit a bunch lately, Evan Longoria. Red hot right now. Good fastball there for a strike. 0-1. Longoria 241 now with 3 homers. He sat out the series opener with a little bit of an ankle injury Tuesday, but did most of the Giants damage last night. Oh my goodness, that got Phil Cuzzy, who was trying to get out of the way, and he shakes it off. Nice job. A standing O for the umpire down there at third. Phil Cuzzy. Boy, you know that sometimes the ball is just chasing you.
Now that one crisp off the bat of Longoria and hooking as Cuzzy tried to move into foul territory to get out of the way, and the ball just kept chasing him. Smile on his face now. Hopefully no damage done.
Play on. Let's go. He's having a good laugh down there with Ron Wotus, Giants third base coach.
Ron Wotus is telling him, better you than me.
It was going to get one of us. Longoria last night walked, singled, doubled, and homered. Big 2-run home run in the 6th inning against Robbie Ray. Looked a little something like this.
Well, Longoria just barreled up everything last night. Everything he hit was right on the screws.
All this from a guy who started his Giants career stuck in a 4 for 35 skid. Marrero's at third. One down for Brandon Crawford.
Shortstop, number 35. Brandon
Crawford 0 for 7 in the series. 241 and a homer this year. You know, Kate was mentioning all the holiday games for your broadcast ticket offer plan if you're putting together your own mini plan. Schedule was very kind to the Diamondbacks this year in terms of the holidays. We'll be home for a lot of them.
Yeah, really nice.
So you may want to take that into consideration. Maybe you got some relatives in town. Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, big fireworks show, best in the valley here. We're home for all those days here at Chase Field.
That 4th of July is not just a fireworks show, it's a fireworks spectacular. We've seen some of the 4th of July spectaculars in the past here at Chase Field. You don't want to miss that one.
Well, we've got a call from Daryl in Phoenix. Daryl, thanks very much. He says he's bringing all his buddies to Cinco de Mayo.
There you go.
Get that Sugar Skull t-shirt. You got to think about the giveaway days too when you're putting together your ticket plan. Ketel Marte, nice backhand play at second. Now you've got the Sugar Skull t-shirt giveaway, Cinco de Mayo against the Astros. Mother's Day tote bag coming up on, well, Mother's Day. That's against the Nationals. The D-backs camo cap. I predict this will be the giveaway item of the year.
Must have.
The D-backs camo cap. We'll give those away here. Memorial Day, May 28th against the Reds. Father's Day, the Hawaiian shirt against the Mets, and of course against the Cardinals, the fireworks spectacular. Just announced, by the way, the Jake Lamb bobblehead, July 21st against the Rockies. That's coming up. Here's Gorkys Hernandez.
You know, we know there's lots of people out there watching right now that are wondering what to get mom or dad for Mother's Day or Father's Day. You can't beat the ballpark for Father's Day. I know that. And on Mother's Day, you get that tote bag. You can put all her gifts in there.
It's a nice item too. Father's Day Hawaiian shirt. I mean, you would want a D-backs Hawaiian shirt to wear just around. Goldie Star Wars bobblehead, June the 2nd. And the D-backs duffel bag against these Giants, June the 30th. Marrero's been busy down there at third. 3 ground ball outs for Greinke, but a Belt homer has made it 1-0 Giants. Built for baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. This is the Astros and Mariners in Seattle. You see 2 outs right there. There were no outs in the inning. Evan Gattis hit the baseball thinking that was the end of the inning, and by now he realizes too late, I'm the 3rd out in a triple play.
Brain cramp.
Want to get away? It happens.
It does.
Chris Owings will lead off the D-back second against Ty Block, who's got a 1-0 lead after the Brandon Belt home run.
And when it does, it's very embarrassing.
He's no Ruben Rivera. Ruben was at least attempting to run the bases in what the great John Miller at the time called the worst example of base running in the world. That was a classic. He kind of got all turned around out there at second base back in the day.
Several times.
That's an all-timer. Put that in on the YouTube there. Ruben Rivera running the bases, and you will be entertained endlessly. Owings shoots one toward the right field corner, and it's out of play. Phone calls starting to pile in on our special D-backs broadcast ticket offer. Bill and Lois from Phoenix called in, and they had BB. They said, like you, they hate the Dodgers. So they're coming to boo the Dodgers, something we always encourage here.
Very good. You know, and you said you can pick the seats, the really good seats behind home plate, behind the D-backs dugout, or get behind the Dodger dugout and help them out a little bit.
Blanco in left makes a nice diving grab.
Hey fans, a D-backs home run tonight means a free jumbo jack tomorrow at participating Jack in a Box locations with the purchase of a large drink.
You can pick the seat, you can pick the games. It's a tremendous offer. D-backs mini plan, discount tickets to any 4 home games this year, and we will give you the 5th game absolutely free, but it's good only for this broadcast. When the game ends, the offer ends. So call 602-514-8400. Nick Ahmed, the shortstop. 229 and 2 homers. Nick 1 for 6 in the series. He walked, doubled, and scored a run last night. Had that big double to start the 8th inning. We got a call from Allen in Maricopa. Allen says he bought all weekday day games. So he's really got this figured out because he takes a half day at work and then he catches the D-backs, then he heads back home. So he's got it all mapped out.
It's a wise man.
That's the next level thinking there, Allen. 0-2. You can design the mini plan to fit your schedule.
I mean, maybe there's individual players you want to see. I mean, Ohtani, big news. They're coming in later this summer, back in August, 21st and 22nd. The Angels will be in town. Albert Pujols, Mike Trout.
Albert Pujols right now only 10 hits away from 3,000. Yeah, that's what Ellis from Mesa did. Angels and Cubs going to all those games with their mini plan.
Well, the Cubs actually played a ball game today.
What are they now, 1-1 on the year?
It was very sunny and clear at Wrigley, but very cold.
Well, they beat the Cardinals 8-5.
How about this, partner?
Yeah.
Last year, there was 1 game played with temperatures at game time in the 30s. This year, there's already been 27.
Are you suggesting there's climate change? Right center, McCutchen drifting over near Hernandez. 2 fly ball outs in the inning for Block. That'll bring up Devin Marrero.
I mean, the previous most for games played with temperatures in the 30s was back in 2003. There were 19 such games, 27 already this year.
Well, you know, every year you get some early warmth, early cold. It's just one of those years. That's all. You can't start screaming about the schedules. We need to play fewer games and start later. All that nonsense. Marrero 4 for 20 to start the year. He's knocked in 4 runs. The start at third base against the lefty tonight. Anthony Rizzo says we play too many games. Cubs first baseman wants to go back to 154. Longoria charges from third. Typical tie block inning, 1, 2, 3. Pretty efficient. He's got a 1-0 lead. Trail the Giants 1-0. Time for Lowe's. Whole team together. Starters ERA against the Giants. Earned runs, I should say, against the Giants. So far, nobody more than 3.
Yeah, a couple of donuts in there. You love that.
3 games at AT&T Park last week in San Francisco. And 3 games here at Chase Field. Zach Greinke on the mound in the series finale here tonight. Facing his opposite number, Ty Blach. And what a moment to talk about the pitchers.
What a segue.
You got your new purple shirt.
I got my new purple shirt, double extra large.
Randy Johnson is with us. Now, this is going to become a regular thing. We checked with you. We have your approval.
On Throwback Thursday.
You're going to come in for 3-4 innings, whatever you feel like, every Throwback Thursday this year. We're very excited to hear about this development.
Well, so am I. And I will lend a lot on him. I will rely a lot on
I always
BB
back
here.
off when we have a guest. I'll let you take the stage.
When I am at home and I'm watching the game, it is like Throwback Thursday on a Sunday, a Wednesday, a Friday, listening to you. And I enjoy that because, you know, it's fun listening to someone that you played for or with, and you're listening to their stories and their perspective of things, and it kind of you kind of get jolted a little bit on something that you may have forgotten, and all of a sudden you remember an old memory.
But the key is, did you listen to him when you were playing for him? You may listen now, but what about back then?
Well, you know what? My mom did a marvelous job of compiling all of the newspaper clippings from when I was in Little League, high school, college.
Yes.
You know, all that. So I was going through, and I don't remember what year it was. It may have been, well, obviously, you were the manager here, but I opened it up. Ironically, I opened up the scrapbook today, and there was a picture of you coming out to the mound. It was opening day against the Dodgers. And I think
Blanco drops one in.
And I had matched up with Hideo Nomo, and I think we lost the game. I didn't pitch well, and you have your hand like this, and I have my head down.
Give me the ball.
Well, that didn't happen often. It's a good thing you got a picture of it.
Yeah, it was on the sports page the next day. So, but it is nice hearing stories. I recently got together with some old college teammates from USC, went back for an alumni game and hung out with them and played a little golf, and listening to their stories. They were a year ahead of me, but you know, they were telling stories when I was on the team, and I just every once in a while I would say, how do you remember these things? I mean, it was so long ago, you know, and
that's the good old days, college.
Well, and it's not to say that I don't remember. I just don't remember evidently as much as you know they do. I mean, there's certain things that I guess are maybe more important to me that I remember, you know, playing for Rod Dato there at USC, or even in the minor leagues, you know, certain things that, you know, I remember, certain things that I'll never forget. You know, a bus ride when we were leaving Jacksonville, Florida, and we're in our bus, and we just finished a late game, and we were in the Southern League, and we have like a 10-hour bus ride, and at 1 o'clock in the morning, all of a sudden the lug nuts come off the rear axle of the bus, and I'm sitting up in the luggage rack because in the minor leagues, BB can attest, when you have, you know, as many players as you do on the team, you'll sleep anywhere and everywhere on the bus.
How did you fit in the luggage rack?
It wasn't easy. I was, you know, I was 6'10", maybe 215, 220 back then. But there wasn't a lot of moving room, so I would squeeze myself up there where you would put your luggage, and you know, you never saw me. You had never seen me move so fast when at 1 o'clock in the morning the bus was literally bouncing down the road. And you have some wives and girlfriends following behind the bus in their own personal cars, and they said, yeah, you could see sparks flying, and you know the wheel is like rolling by the bus as we're bouncing down. So it's stuff, it's things like that that I won't forget. That I won't forget, because those events and those memories meant so much to me when I got here, because I never forgot where I came from. I never forgot the 4 years of the minor leagues. I never forgot after every year was over in the minor leagues, I would go right back to West Palm Beach to instructional league. So I appreciate when I got here, and you know, when I went to.
And it gets a hold of one, deep right center field, headed toward the pool. Oh my goodness! Chris Owings and A.J. Pollock and CO hung on. Blanco gets back to the bag.
Wow.
Chris Owings.
How he held on to that.
And CO shaken up out there. A.J. appears to be okay. Here comes Ryan DePanfilo, who, as Ryan noted the other day, has had way too much camera time lately.
We were talking about balls just like this the other day. When you get two fast outfielders running at top speed, both of them think they can get there, but neither one of them is sure they can. Oh, man.
Looks like CO caught a hip in the head there, or a knee.
Yeah, knee to the chest, it almost looked like. Well, that's a full-on sprint, and even if one calls the other off, it's so you're not going to hear them until you get so close then, and then you're at the mercy of getting out of the way.
Torey Lovello out there. A.J. appears to be fine. The concern is Chris Owings here.
His head hit the warning track pretty hard too when he went down. I mean, obviously the contact with A.J.'s knee was frightening, but then when he went down to the warning track, it looked like he hit the back of his head as well.
You know, a less important note, how did he hang on to the ball? Wow. A tremendous catch by Chris Owings. And it looks like CO is going to walk off with Ryan DePanfilo here.
Well, you'd assume it would be Gerard Dyson to take his place out there in right field, but let's see what Torey's got up his sleeve.
They're showing the replay now on the DBTV board, and you can hear the fans react to that full speed collision out there just in front of the pool in right center. Chris getting a standing O as he comes off.
Hopefully just precautionary, taking him out of this ball game. Apparently he couldn't answer the questions properly from Ryan DePanfilo. They have certain questions, certain thing they do. They look at your eyes. They ask you to.
Yeah, but I couldn't do those.
Yeah, I'll tell you where you're from.
I can't say where I'm from sometimes. Well, hopefully he is okay. It looks like.
Yeah, Dyson is
going out.
Coming out now, and he's going to check in with Chris as they walk off here.
Right, just needs to get wits about him a little bit. Maybe got his bell rung a little bit.
Boy, Co's had so many significant injuries. The broken finger last year, the labrum problem in the shoulder from several seasons ago. And you just hope that he's okay as he walks off. So Dyson will replace Owings and Wright as we visit with Randy Johnson here in the booth.
RJ, I wanted to ask you talked about sleeping in the luggage rack of the bus. Did any of your guys have hammocks?
No.
They used to string them from one luggage rack across the aisle to the other luggage rack and just kind of hang in midair out there over the aisleway.
Yeah, you know, seniority usually went to the back of the bus where it was a little bit more open. That was usually for the person that had the most time on the team. You know, if you got on the bus late, you were at the mercy of whatever was left, and it was usually after a 10-hour bus ride, the floor of the bus heats up pretty good, so you don't want to be sleeping on the floor, because when you wake up, you're going to be, you know, overheated yourself. And so, but I just, as we were talking about memories, I just remember enough from the minor leagues to appreciate when I got to the major leagues that I really appreciated being at the major leagues for obvious reasons, but that
you didn't have to sleep in the luggage rack.
Yeah, you know, just felt like I really paid my dues. 4 years in the minor leagues and long bus drives and instructional league, and never wanted to go back. And I think after being there and doing that every year, you know, I just came about appreciating slowly but surely so much more when I got here.
Yeah, and that's a great motivator. Once you do get a taste of the major leagues, you never want to go back.
Well, I mean, you can attest to this. And you know, I don't know what they were serving you in spring training. You know, when you
Blanco takes off for second. And he's in there with a stolen base, his first of the year.
When you would have your break, you know, from individual field during spring training or instructionally, you would go and get a cup of watered down Gatorade. You know, they were on a budget back then. Watered down Kool-Aid or Gatorade. And, you know, for lunch you would have a Dixie cup of chicken noodle soup. And if you were at the back of the line, you only had the broth. There was no noodles left. Everybody was, you know, scooping up. It was for the first 10 people, it was all noodle soup. For the last people in the line, it was broth soup.
We're going to challenge the safe call at second base here.
That was another case of a bad slide into second. Looked like Blanco's front leg hit the bag and popped up in the air, and possibly Nick got the tag on him before that back leg got on the base. Take another look here. Blanco really explodes into the bag with that lead leg, and it pops up and off the bag right there. Does he have the tag on him before the back foot got there? Looks like very close, but it looks like it.
Randy, do you like the nitpicky stuff like this with replay review?
Oh, there it is right here. Now they're showing it.
I mean, now we're looking at every little 1/100,000th of a frame. Was his foot off the base for a 1/10 of a second? What do you think?
Well, I mean, nobody wants a longer game. And I think we've been trying to find for years, even while I was playing, they were trying to speed the game up. And that was something that, you know, umpires would talk to us in spring training and say what they were going to try to enforce. You know, the hitters weren't going to be stepping out and cleaning their spikes and playing with their gloves, and the hitter and the pitcher needed to be on the mound ready to pitch. And they've been talking about that for 9 years now, 10 years. And, you know, now we got, you know, a clock out here. We have how many visits you can, I mean, you know, this is the first time I was in Japan when the season started here. So this is my opening day now, so I'm looking at the new facility here, seeing what's new here. And 2 nights ago I was here.
Well, they get it overturned. It works out again for Torey Lovullo. We're with Randy Johnson. D-backs trail the Giants 1-0.
solo home run leading off the second. Hey, fans, anytime the D-backs score 5 runs or more, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free crunchy beef tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the following day at participating locations.
Jeff Mathis leads off the bottom of the third against lefty Ty Blach. Big night here in the booth. Randy Johnson is with us, and it's our special broadcast ticket offer. Tonight only, fans. 602-514-8400. You buy a D-backs mini plan, you can purchase discounted tickets to any 4 home games this year, and we'll give you the 5th game absolutely free. And you get to choose the seats, you get to choose the games. Now, we do ask that you check the schedule and then call up so you know specifically what days you want, just to speed things along, because we're getting a lot of calls here. People trying to purchase their mini plans. That's a fair ball down the left field line. It's headed for the corner. Marco picks it up there, and Jeff Mathis has his first double this year.
After fouling one in the first base dugout real tardy on the first delivery, he gets out in front of this one and rolls it right down the third base line all the way down into the corner for a leadoff double. Should be easy for Zach now to move him up to third base.
So fans, on our broadcast ticket offer, check the schedules, then call the number 602-514-8400 so you know what games you want to select, and that'll speed things up for the folks behind you who are on hold trying to order their tickets. And we thank you for your participation. Don't forget also the cost of your mini plan depends on which games you pick. The prices are all different. Greinke gets the bunt down. They move Mathis along. So 602-514-8400. Purchase tickets to any 4 home games this year. The 5th game is absolutely free. A D-backs mini plan. You'll also get postseason priority on purchasing tickets for the playoffs. And you'll be automatically entered to win a meet and greet with Gonzo. You get to meet and greet Gonzo all the time. How much is that worth to you? I know what you're trying to say. You can't put a price on that.
Where's the cough button at?
You can't put a price on a meet and greet with Gonzo.
No, you can't.
No. So that's just a bonus. We're going to have a big drawing at the end of the night. David Peralta shoots one through. Mathis scores, and we're tied at 1. Boy, David Peralta, Randy, has been the hot bat in this lineup all season long. He's now got an 8-game hit streak.
That's amazing.
Big breaking ball from Ty Blach. He waits, lets it get deep into the hitting zone, and then grounds it through that left side. Giants had their infield drawn in, and it sneaks through for an RBI base hit.
Why do you think he's been so successful as the leadoff man?
I'm not really sure, but I'm happy that he is as hot as he is right now, because it's allowing everybody else to try to find their swing and where they need to be at this time of the year. And you know, things haven't clicked for everybody, but as long as it has for some people, and it is an effect, hopefully a trickle-down effect to like everybody else.
Yeah, and see, that exactly seems to be what's happened here with his energy level, David. It does trickle down, I think, to the rest of the guys.
Well, and you know, you're not going to have everybody, you know, clicking on all cylinders in the starting lineup every night. But if you have a handful, a couple guys get on base, and those guys that are hot that come up and get on base, and then someone like Peralta gets a base hit like he's been doing with the home runs. And
Crawford tries to turn 2, but Marte beats it out. A nice play by Panic to get that one. And they cut down Peralta at second. Here's Goldie.
I threw him a little batting practice in spring training, so that might have picked up his confidence level. Yeah.
You hit a few off of you. That's got to make you feel good, right? If you're the hitter. Well, here's Panic and Crawford.
Made a lot of other hitters feel good.
Not that many. Yeah, long stretch there for Brandon Crawford. Looked like he was able to drag that right toe across the back of the bag, and we'll play on.
I remember that neighborhood play, as they call it, is subject to review now. Goldie walked his first time up. You said you were in Japan when the season started. While you were gone, Goldie started 1 for 17. Did you see that?
I did not.
But now you come back and he's hitting. So,
well,
yeah, it's the same as always.
Right. I see that he's got You know, he's batting .250 with 4 and 10, which is
Yep.
Goldie-like numbers, not necessarily the .250. So there's that 1 for 17 earlier in the year too, though.
Yeah, last 11 games, he's hitting .326, Paul Goldschmidt. Ty Blach now at 40 pitches, 26 strikes.
Randy, you were talking about all the things you noticed here at the ballpark that weren't here last year.
Yeah, exactly.
You should have been with us at Dodger Stadium. Every ball that's put into play, they put exit velocity, distance, and launch angle on the scoreboard, even if it's a foul ball.
Instant information.
I
What was the launch angle on that pop foul? They can tell you. Critical information. Would you have wanted all the data that they have available now, or would that have just been overload for you?
It would have been overload for me. I think the biggest and most information I usually wanted to know on the opposing hitters that I was facing on that given night was, what's the percentage of the first pitch swinging? You know, I didn't want to lay a pitch in over the plate on a first pitch if there was a tendency of a high percentage that he would swing at the first pitch.
And that's all you wanted.
That was really all that was really the only thing I ever wanted. You know, I didn't want to know, you know, his launch angle or his percentage at 1-2 or 2-2 or 3-0 percentage or of swinging at 3-0 counts. I usually just wanted to know who in the lineup swung more at first pitches, so I wouldn't lay something in there.
Well, Goldie, who walked in the first inning, has worked the count full 3-2 here in the third. 2 outs and Ketel Marte at first. Belt will back off, play behind the runner, play at first. They tried to sneak in back there.
Well, what's the consensus been? I mean, this whole year has been talk about trying to speed the games up, and what is the talk? I mean, what has been the average time for these games? I watched the game last night on TV with Robbie, and I saw Patrick's game. I was here for that. I thought we were going to have a no-hitter.
So did we. Marte heads for third as Goldie knocks it into right. Well, I think the mound visit thing has worked out very well. They've really cut down on those.
That was the first thing that I noticed when I came to Patrick's game. Was I saw the you know, our logo up there and San Francisco's logo, and then in between it says mound visits remaining 6.
Yeah.
So that's something new, you know. And then underneath the current jackpot, it's a clock ticking down for the amount of time that you have to make the next pitch. These are things that obviously got implemented over the off season.
Do you like those ideas?
Well, it doesn't matter. I don't have to, you know.
Oh, everybody has an opinion.
I never liked anybody coming out to the mound unless it was, you know, to take the ball away from me and or to, you know, the catcher, sure, the catcher to come down and you know, talk to me, but.
Bob, you didn't go out there just to have a chat, check in? How you doing?
Unless I had to.
I think the pitch clock, you never had to tell me, and I don't think there's a lot of pitchers in my era, and especially probably not before me, that had to be told, get the ball and pitch, you know.
Well, they've got that in the minor leagues now, and it keeps inching closer and closer to the big league level, the pitch clock. 0-1 on AJ. 2-1 and 2 out. A run is in. Here's a strike.
I read a story somewhere online today talking about the time of game, which is, I think, maybe about the same as it was last year, even with all the modifications to the game to try to speed it up. But a lot of that has to do with all the extra inning games that have been played in the early going this season.
And the cold weather is not helping anybody speed up. They've had so much of it in the east of the Midwest. 0-2 on AJ. Swing and a miss. AJ's now punched out 8 times in this series, but the D-backs have tied it at 1.
I'm just getting my order taken here as I enjoy some of the best seats in the house here at Chase Field, the home plate box area where you get more leg room, great padded seats, wider seats as well, and in-game service right to your seat. You don't have to miss a single pitch as they bring the food to you. And guys, this would be a great place. It would have been a great place to watch Randy Johnson.
Well, Kate, you're getting a waitress and waiter service down there, and you live in large. How about that?
Yeah, guys, and maybe I could get them to deliver up to you, too. I mean, this might just happen. I'll see what I can do, maybe. I don't know.
Well, that's the great idea about the D-backs mini plan is, like we said, you can not only pick the games, you can pick where you want to sit, and you can pick virtually anywhere in the ballpark, right behind home plate where Kate just was, or right behind the dugout, the visitor side, whatever you want. D-backs mini plan, our special broadcast ticket offer, good only for tonight. 602-514-8400.
Yeah, guys, it's amazing. The view from down here is incredible, and there's no fine print on this. These seats are included in that offer, which is really cool.
And how's the knee room? A lot of leg room?
Randy, I think you could fit well in these seats. There's a lot of leg room.
Really?
They're a little bit wider. This is luxury, guys. I don't know what these people do for a living in this row, but they're living large here.
Do those chairs recline? Got a cup holder like home?
You know, you can still stretch. You could recline. I'm not sure about the seat, but you can recline.
It beats the luggage rack on the bus, I can tell you that.
Anything would.
Thank you, Kate. Nice job down there. Surrounded by D-backs fans here at the ballpark. Good game. Giants and D-backs tied at 1 as the big unit, Randy Johnson, joins us in the broadcast booth.
RJ, you might want to come see the Nationals. See Max Scherzer or Steven Strasburg. I mean, pitching aficionado like yourself, come watch the Nationals.
Well, I enjoy watching our staff.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be Mother's Day weekend. Washington's in here.
I think our staff, as I've said over the last few years, it's taken a while for various players to kind of hit their stride, and I think it's safe to say Robbie Ray hit his stride last year and is the pitcher that I think everybody was hoping that he and believed that he could be. And Patrick, I think, is finally healed up now and pitching with confidence. Any time you have an injury as an athlete, you're always worried about, can I let it go now? Can I get out there and do what I once did?
Sure.
You're always in the back of your head worried and concerned that you could re-injure yourself. But I think based on what we saw in spring training from him, and it's carried over into the regular season here, it's really nice to see that every year now collectively we got, you know, everybody clicking on all cylinders.
What about the evolution of Zach Greinke since he's been a Diamondback? What have you seen?
Well,
there's Brandon Bell to hit the Giants home run to lead off the second.
I don't think you have to get hitters out with velocity, and I don't think that was his master plan ever. I think he's gotten hitters out and has been extremely successful with 91, 92 years in the past, and great movement and good location. And now maybe you know, his location isn't maybe what it once was or what he wants it to be right now, and he could be still searching for it. But the good thing about it is he has location, he has movement, and in pitching, those are probably actually more important than velocity.
Why is that?
Well, velocity, you know, hitters can hit 100 mph. If the ball is straight and they know that's all you throw, and you can't throw to both sides of the plate and pinpoint your location, or you have no movement on the ball when you throw it and it's straight, well, it becomes easier and you become more predictable to hit.
Belt backs up Peralta in left field. He's got some room. And it's a 1, 2, 3, 4th for Zach Greinke. The big unit with us on this Throwback Thursday. D-backs Giants 1-1. You can watch every out-of-market regular season game live at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. It includes MLB at Bat Premium that lets you watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Visit MLB.tv for all the details. Gerard Dyson leads off the fourth, trying to bunt his way on, and Ty Blach makes a terrific diving play. Dyson on for the injured Chris Owings, who was hurt in an outfield collision with A.J. Pollock. And Blach takes perhaps a bunt base hit away from Gerard Dyson.
A nice athletic play by the Giants left-hander, bouncing off that mound. That ball wasn't bunted very hard or very high in the air.
Looks like me back in the day.
A lot.
Were you a good defense? Could you defend your position as a left-hander out there?
Yeah, let's get that video out.
No, not so much.
Let's get a hold of the people down in the truck. Can we get some of that old footage, black and white footage?
Randy's great defensive plays.
Yeah, there you go.
Can we find one?
He didn't have to make many defensive plays. Nobody hit the ball.
Anybody have a camcorder during spring training? Might when it could have happened then.
Nick Ahmed flying out his first time up. Each team 1 run on 3 hits. That's out of play. Brandon Belt got the scoring started, a solo homer to lead off the second against Zach Greinke. D-backs tied it in the bottom of the third. Jeff Mathis, a leadoff double, came home on a David Peralta RBI single. On this Throwback Thursday, we're joined by Randy Johnson in our broadcast booth. It's also our special one-time only broadcast ticket offer. You can design your own 5-game D-backs mini plan. You purchase discount tickets to any 4 home games this year. We give you the 5th game absolutely free. You have to do it over the phone. 602-514-8400. You choose the seat, you choose the game. You'll also get postseason priority for buying playoff tickets, and you'll be automatically entered to win a meet and greet with Gonzo. We'll have a big drawing for that at the end of the night. Somebody will win a meet and greet with Gonzo. Nick Ahmed lays off that pitch down and in, but Tom Hallion says strike 3.
Well, if Gonzo's doing a meet and greet, I can do a meet and greet.
That's what I was going to say. How are you not available? You will offer yourself up meet and greet.
Available.
There you go. You're in now. You're committed.
All right.
All right.
There we go.
First.
There we go.
So you now have a chance to win.
Ringing off the hook.
They are ringing off the hook. We're moving a lot of tickets here tonight. 602-514. All right, Randy Johnson, right now on the spot.
Come on down to the ballpark and meet me. Let's go.
Has generously donated his
time. Bring a bucket of balls in your bat, and I'll throw you some batting practice too.
Oh, whoa, really?
Come on.
Will you?
Oh, let's make it a full day out of it.
You just keep digging yourself deeper now. I don't think Gonzo's being told that he has to do that now. Devin Marrero.
Maybe I'll throw some batting practice to Gonzo.
Well, he could use it, frankly. I've seen him in the alumni games.
To Gonzo.
20 and 51. There they are. Meet and greet our 2 D-backs retirees. Marrero knocks it into center. 2-out single for Devin Marrero. So if you purchase during our special broadcast ticket offer any 4 home games, you get the 5th game for free, and you will be automatically entered to win a meet and greet with Gonzo and this just in, Randy Johnson.
How about that?
So there you go. Even more incentive. 602-514-8400.
Yeah, and fans, don't forget the World Series champion Astros come in here later this summer. Jose Altuve, Correa, Evan Gattis.
If he's still on the team after the triple play. Yeah, that's we've also got during that series the Sugar Skull T-shirt giveaway. Jeff Mathis, it's by Panic and into right. Mathis 2 for 2. Marrero digging for third, and he's in there. A pair of 2-out singles for the D-backs.
Beck's doing a nice job of going the opposite way here. That's a fastball down over the heart of the plate. Mathis sees that big hole on the right side of the infield and takes advantage that time, chasing Marrero around the third base with 2 outs in the inning.
It's the M&M boys, Marrero and Mathis. Now you've got runners on the corners, 2 down for Zach Greinke. Did you enjoy hitting? Were you a good hitter?
I was a great hitter.
A great hitter?
Just ask me.
Was he?
Great hitter.
They pitched him tough, let's just say that.
Great fielder.
Yeah,
let's get some more of that video up here. Come on.
Well, here's Greinke.
I could hit with the best of them before the game started during batting practice.
The base running was more your specialty. offensively.
Oh my gosh, I learned from the best, Ricky Henderson.
Had a lot of speed, did you?
Oh my.
Well, you had those long strides.
My strides, yeah.
Yeah.
Hitting, fielding, running.
There was nothing you couldn't do.
There's
bird killing, all of it.
I did it all. And I was happy doing it all.
By the way, we've had a call, Christina from Avondale, a big Randy fan.
There you go. Come on down.
She's very excited, apparently. She had a suggestion that you should offer yourself up for the meet and greet with Gonzo. So that ended up working out for her. Greinke gives it a ride. McCutcheon in the corner. And he's got it on the track. Been a wild evening so far. 1-1, D-backs and Giants. You as a Seattle Mariner and a San Diego Chicken, and your history with birds. It usually doesn't end well. Oh, the humanity!
Oh, netter bird bites the dust.
Was that a bit? Did you guys set that up ahead of time?
Set what up?
See, he's always in character.
He's just a competitor.
Come on.
Evan Longoria leads off the fifth against Zach Greinke. Randy Johnson with us on this Throwback Thursday. We're going to do this all year. Every Throwback Thursday, you're going to come by and hang out, right?
Are you ready?
I've been ready all year. We've been looking forward to this all
so
year.
People can come down and take batting practice off me?
Well, one person who wins the drawing at the end of the year, or at the end of the night, I should say. Longoria grounded out to third his first time up, and he does it again. Boy, Marrero is very efficient down there. It's nice and smooth. You feel very good about him defensively.
Good glove man. We've talked about the fact the Diamondbacks just have a boatload of shortstops. Marrero, another guy that can play third, short, second. You could slide him over to first base if Goldie would ever take a day off. Very versatile.
Brandon Crawford. Crawford, a ground out victim.
Hey, Randy, I wanted to ask you, I've been watching a lot of Red Sox games because my son Michael's the bullpen catcher for the Sox. And I've seen Chris Sale throw quite a bit over the last couple of years. And I got to say, there's a lot of similarities in the delivery itself, the low three-quarters arm angle, the frame out there on the mound. Do you see the same thing?
I do. And I've heard it from a lot of baseball people that had told me about it. And initially, when he was with the White Sox, I didn't know much about him. And so then I started seeing, some highlights here and there, and he's a low three-quarter with a real above average velocity with a good breaking ball. And yeah, I absolutely see a lot of similarities there. And there's not a lot of left-handers that have that above average fastball with a good breaking ball. So
here's Gorkys Hernandez. Greinke has retired 10 of 11 since the Belt home run to lead off the second.
Well, it would seem to make a lot of sense if you're a big, tall, left-handed pitcher and your natural motion is low 3/4. I would imagine Chris Sale probably modeled himself somewhat after your delivery.
There's a tremendous physical resemblance. Seriously, when you throw everything, he looks like you.
Really? But can he hit, run, and steal bases? Huh?
Total package. I'm surprised they didn't call you that instead of big unit. Total package,
no
Johnson.
I have no idea.
20/20 hindsight. Greinke's really settled in here. 6 in a row he's retired. Paul from Scottsdale has ordered his mini plan. He's going to the 4th of July. He's going to be there for the fireworks spectacular. Big Randy Johnson fan James from Cave Creek. He just bought his 5-game mini plan.
Anyway, James.
He's from Philadelphia. Now
That's
lives
okay.
in Cave
I'll throw
Creek.
him batting practice.
Well, we could be here a while if you keep going at this rate. James is a Philly native, so he's going to go to all the Phillies games. Part of his plan. Great idea. Art from Chandler just bought 2 plans, all Cub games. Big Cubs fan. Zach Greinke's got it going. He's retired 7 straight and 11 of 12. We're tied at 1, the D-backs and the Giants. You can participate in our D-backs 50-50 charity raffle brought to you by the Arizona Lottery. Right from your home, along with all of us here at the ballpark, your chance to win half the pot, help kids in our community. Tickets can be purchased online during every D-backs home game on Fox Sports Arizona at dbacks.com/50-50 raffle. And the winning number is presented on the D-backs live post-game show, so stay tuned. You may be the big winner here tonight, right from your own living room, watching the Diamondbacks on Fox Sports Arizona. David Peralta, who has knocked in the D-backs only run, an RBI single, leads off the 5th against lefty Ty Blach. We've got the big lefty in here with us, Randy Johnson. First pitch swinging. This is sliced out to left for Blanco. They're taking a picture. We got a lot going on in here.
You know, this doesn't happen every day.
This is a lot of activity.
We have
photographers. We got, look, Dennis Lamb is even busy. Everything's happening up here.
Take attendance.
Busy up here.
Who's up? Ketel Marte.
I want to know where the food is. Where's the food at?
Kate's got it downstairs. She's got her feet up in those nice comfy chairs. Ketel Marte 0 for 2 so far. All this going on, and the big ticket giveaway here. Brandon Crawford at shortstop. Boy, Marte can really make those close. It's our special broadcast ticket offer tonight only as Goldie steps up. Call 602-514-8400. Purchase a D-backs mini plan. Discount prices on tickets to any 4 home games. You choose the seat, you choose the game, and you can choose a 5th game absolutely free. You can sit almost anywhere in the ballpark, right behind the dugouts, right behind home plate. You'll also get purchase priority on postseason tickets, which means you can buy them before they go on sale to the general public, and you'll be automatically entered to win a meet and greet with Gonzo and Randy Johnson. That is a new item that Randy has offered up over the course of our broadcast.
Absolutely.
That's actually really cool.
Base stealing. We'll work on your hitting. We'll go in the back. I'll throw a little soft toss and
bring the heat.
Throw you some batting practice. We'll put the catcher's gear on you, and so you don't get bruised too bad. Nobody gets hurt out there.
Maybe do some arm wrestling.
Exactly.
Yes. This is going to get pretty involved. But you'll be automatically entered to win that.
I got a lot of time on my hands now.
Apparently.
Yeah.
2-2.
I'm all in.
It's great to have you. We'll be talking with Randy every Throwback Thursday over the course of the year from here in our booth.
Is that what today is? When you're retired.
I'm never sure.
When you're retired, every day is the same.
It's a permanent vacation. Oldie yanks that one foul. He's walked and singled so far.
So what is Throwback Thursday? Are we supposed to be talking about something that happened on
Well,
Thursday?
you're wearing a purple shirt. That was your first clue. No, it's every Thursday we wear the throwback uniform.
Oh, I knew that.
Oh, okay.
But in social media with the Throwback Thursday, everybody's talking about old things. They're posting old pictures that happened on a Thursday, I guess.
You're the photographer. I don't know.
Yeah,
you got me.
Well, that's all social media. I'm not necessarily talking about.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Crawford spins and throws.
Oh, we'll come back to that next inning.
All right. Randy, take us to break.
We'll get an answer to all this madness.
Talking, Randy, about pitchers hitting. How about Brandon Webb? Talk about a legacy moment.
Oh, boy.
Webby. We got you. Look at him.
Yeah, there you go, Webby. Throw your hands up. I would, too.
That's what happens when you're involved in the broadcast and there's a pitcher leading off the inning like Ty Block is. The truck is ready. Block hits it pretty deep right field for Dyson. I mean, this is. Do you have a way to analyze this, Randy?
Well, I think what he was attempting to do was called a butcher boy, and he was showing that he was bunting, and the infield starts crashing in, and as the pitch comes, he pulls the bat back and then tries to, hit through one of the holes here, and obviously he caught everybody by surprise. It looked like he had his shoelaces tied together there.
You know, I give you a lot of credit.
I don't know how else to
that was a
describe
real, genuine attempt at total analysis.
He
really tried.
He obviously didn't come to the Randy Johnson hitting camp.
Which apparently is going to happen at the end of this night because
it might.
Gregor Blanco, Greinke just missed with his ephus pitch there. Greinke's retired 8 straight. The people are calling in. The phones have been very busy here. It's our special broadcast ticket offer tonight only. 602-514-8400.
They calling about hitting lessons?
Some of them might be the way you're going. We're going to sell some of those. D-backs mini plan. Purchase discounted tickets to any 4 home games this year. Get a 5th game absolutely free. And BB, Renata has called in. She says she bought tickets just so Bob would give her a shout out tonight.
What, Renata?
Yeah, Renata.
How you doing, Renata? Way to go.
There you go. And Ohio has been heard from.
Of course.
Always is. Maureen doesn't say your staff forgot to write down what town in Ohio.
I think it's Gahanna.
She's purchased tickets to the 4th of July and the Archie Bobblehead Day. Now, Archie Bobblehead Day is Saturday here.
Yep.
So you still have time to get in on that if you want to make that one of your 5 games. Good thinking there.
Has anybody talked about the white hats out here?
This is your opportunity. What do you think?
I think they were around for, what, 1 year? 98, maybe that was the only year that they were around.
And don't hold back, Randy. Give us your thoughts.
Well, I never recall ever wearing it in '99, which was my first year.
Right.
I don't think they were around. I think
they realized by that point that maybe they should rethink it. I don't know.
That could have been.
What makes you say that? It's a unique look. I think it's one of those things that you think, oh, they're so awful, they're actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I like the old throwback uniforms. I'm glad that they do that here. I like the uniforms that we're wearing tonight. I like the sleeveless jerseys. I have a few of those in my house.
Yeah, do you have stuff stocked up? Blanco takes off for second.
Well, I wouldn't quite put it that way. I have a few things. Few old mementos, jerseys and things like that. But
well, a lot of guys save everything. Some guys only save a few things. Bob has stuff in his garage. He's still finding stuff out there.
Yeah, well,
it's been chasing me around. You know how it is. You put stuff out in the garage in Cincinnati,
sure.
And then you move to San Francisco, and then you move back to Ohio,
right.
And then you move to, and the boxes just keep following you, full of who knows what.
Well, the Giants have a threat here. 1-1 ball game in the 6th inning. Blanco at second, 2 outs for Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen has doubled and grounded out. He's 1 for 2.
Well, let's face it, though, you have a lot more to display than most.
Yeah, you can actually literally surround yourself with Cy Young awards. Have you ever done that? Just stood like, made a little square and just stood in the middle, let them wash over you?
just don't know how I never got a Gold Glove or a Silver Sluggers award.
It's an outrage.
How did I never get a Silver Slugger award for the best hitting pitcher in baseball or a Gold Glove award?
It's a travesty, a
no
sham,
idea.
a mockery. Travis Sham mockery. Dyson.
Better inning over. Some more material. I'll have to think of some more material when we come back.
You've got 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Go.
on our broadcast ticket offer, reminding you that tonight only you can call in and purchase tickets to 4 different games. You get that 5th game free. No hidden fees in here. All games are included. So whether you're looking for a Goldie bobblehead maybe on June 2nd or the defending World Series champion Astros in town May 4th through the 6th, maybe you want to spend a holiday out here. And guys, I'm up here in the club level. You do need a ticket to get here above the 3rd baseline. And somehow I just keep finding where they have this in-seat service. Not a bad gig tonight, I'll tell you that.
Okay, I think that's all planned, right? It's just this is happening organically. You're just stumbling into these places.
I'm checking out the best seats in the house. I'm getting a little workout in, so I might as well test the food too,
well,
right?
This is a great opportunity in all seriousness as A.J. Pollock is up to maybe, check out a section of the ballpark that you haven't normally seen. And A.J. deposits this one in the seats. A.J. Pollock, that's his 4th, and the D-backs have a 2-1 lead. Randy, what happened on this one from Ty Block?
Ooh, right down the middle of the plate. That's the same thing I would have done.
Well, you were such a great hitter.
Did I tell you that?
No, that's come up
well,
once
let's talk
or twice.
about that.
No. AJ gets his 4th. That's a jumbo jack, a free jumbo jack tomorrow at Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink. Gerard Dyson now.
When you're pitching out there and you don't always realize the location of the pitch, and so when you go back in after the inning's over, after the game's over, you look to see where locations were on certain pitches, you realize, well, yeah, the ball's right down the middle of the plate.
Why did I throw it there?
Well, I mean, I think he realizes that he shouldn't have, obviously, but because you're going to get hurt right down the middle of the plate, and that's what I'm saying is that the results could have been the same if it was 100 miles an hour.
Right. Good point about the velocity. Yeah.
So velocity is not that big of a deal. Location and movement are even more critical than velocity.
Well, we mentioned earlier that Block succeeds with location. That's the first home run he's given up all season long.
Oh, there you go.
Well, Kate was mentioning the ticket plan. This is our special broadcast ticket offer tonight only. 602-514-8400. You buy discounted tickets, 24 home games this year. Get the 5th game absolutely free. You pick the games, you pick the seats. And I have got 2 games that I think people should look at. Now remember, look at the schedule and then call the number, so that speeds up your call and allows others behind you on hold to get their requests in, their purchases in, as Dyson hits it fair up the first base line. Now Randy, I'm going to need your help with a couple of items here. I think you should look at the Cinco de Mayo game, May the 5th, against the Houston Astros. You've got a T-shirt right in front of you. Would you mind holding that up
here we go.
for our camera? This is the Sugar Skull T-shirt, which I think is going to be one of the real popular giveaway items here. If you pick the game on May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo, against the Astros, we're giving out these Sugar Skull T-shirts that day. So maybe you want to pick one of those games or that game in your 5-game plan. That's a great looking T-shirt. And this is quality material. It's not
absolutely quality,
some junk. Just saying. So that's one to look at. Here's Nick Ahmed, who has flat out struck out. The other one, Randy,
why do I feel like David Letterman right now holding this? I need some cue cards. I feel like I need to be doing stupid pet tricks or something like that.
Well, you'll get a bird up here and look out. Memorial Day, May 28th. This, I think, is going to be the coolest item of the year. As Ahmed hits one deep to left center field. Oh, boy, look at Blanco get over there. He can still cover a lot of ground. This is the D-backs camo cap. May 28th, Memorial Day against the Cincinnati Reds. This is a great looking hat. You got the camo on the bill underneath. The lovely Randy Johnson modeling our camo cap. That is going to be, I have a feeling, Bob, the surprise hot item of the year. The
especially
camo
on those rare occasions where the Diamondbacks need a rally hat. You turn it inside out and the camo shows. I like that.
See, that's next level thinking right there. That's management material.
Where's some eye black out there?
Yeah, that's the camo cap. So look at May 5th and May 28th. If you're trying to figure out some good giveaway games, those are the 2 that I would pick. In fact, I think I did. I submitted my list and they were both on there. Here's Devin Marrero. Did a nice job with that. You didn't think you'd be a spokesmodel up here, did you?
They didn't say anything about that.
You got to be ready for anything.
About hitting, pitching, and fielding.
Yeah, all of your hitting, pitching, and fielding, right?
Which was very limited.
Marrero ahead 3-0. Boy, Ahmed should have had at least a double on that one. Blanco really covered a lot of ground to get to that ball.
Now, we saw him do that in his time here. We saw him do that in his previous time in San Francisco. Just a tremendous defensive outfielder.
For a team that's 4 or 5 games below 500, San Francisco, they're playing us pretty tough. Last night, tonight.
That's life in the NL West, right?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, you're going to beat up on one another, and have to be pretty durable. You know, the starting pitchers for San Francisco have pitched extremely well, considering their 2 best pitchers, Samardzija and Bumgarner, aren't even in the rotation right now.
They're both injured, although they're getting Samardzija back. He's going to start tomorrow against the Angels in Anaheim, coming off that pectoral strain. Here's Jeff Mathis, who has doubled, singled, and scored a run. He's 2 for 2. Just got Randy, you're blowing up on the social media. Jonathan has taken to the Twitter and said the big unit is hilarious.
Really?
The
knew?
comedy stylings.
Who knew? Who knew?
This is why we have you up here.
Every once in a while, you know, there'd be a tough inning going on out there. We'd all huddle around the mound, and I'd crack a few jokes, and that's probably why everybody was laughing out there.
Yeah, you were known for that, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure.
Class clown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, whatever you did, it worked back in 01.
You know, Robbie Ray has kind of followed your lead in as far as his game day. They call him Big Game Bob. He doesn't talk to a soul on the days he pitches.
Oh, he's like a prize fighter in the ring. He's got the headphones on. He's got that.
I got no problem with that.
1,000-yard stare going.
I got no problem with that. And I don't know why anybody would. As a starting pitcher, you get to pitch once every 5 days.
But that's the thing. The other 4 days, he's like the class clown.
Oh, there you go. And you know, to some extent, I was in Seattle like that as well. But on the day that you were pitching, you had to take your craft pretty seriously. You worked extremely hard to wait around for 4 days leading up to this day, and so. You know, the more you won, the more I guess you could clown around, or at least had the flexibility to clown around. But I didn't clown around too much, I guess. I don't know, that's what everybody claims. But look at me now. Now I'm just a 6'10" clown.
You're having fun as well.
Now
you should.
Yeah, well, I had fun out there between the lines too.
All right,
that was a lot of fun.
It's been great to have you in the booth, and I'm looking at the schedule. I think you're back in 2 weeks.
I'll look forward to that.
May the 3rd. That's a day game against the Dodgers.
And we'll try to get some more material together in the next couple of weeks.
That might be one of those Facebook games.
I will try to come up with some more throwback Thursday material. I will go through my mom's scrapbooks from the Diamondback years.
It's either the 3rd or the 10th. That's still TBA. We'll let you know. 3-2. All 4. Mathis on base for the 3rd time tonight. And Greinke comes up 2-1 and 2 outs. That's 3 walks for Block. Back-to-back walks here with 2 outs in the 6th. Now Greinke's a pretty good hitter. He's an athlete up there. Obviously, you're not bunting here with 2 outs. He's going to try and knock one in. Third base, Longoria. The big unit, Randy Johnson.
Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Seriously, we had a ball. Thanks. We'll see you in a few weeks on the next Throwback Thursday.
I look forward to it.
D-backs have the lead, 2-1 after 6.
promo code DBACS50 at papajohns.com.
Well, we got a terrific ball game. Our thanks again to Randy Johnson for stopping by. A.J. Pollock's 4th home run of the year has made it 2-1 D-backs. As Zach Greinke goes out to start the top of the 7th inning, he'll face Buster Posey, Brandon Belt, Evan Longoria. The heart of the order here, 4, 5, and 6 in the Giants' 7th. Posey so far 0 for 2.
Pitch count still in real good shape for Zach Greinke. Only 74 pitches in the ball game. He's had 3 or fewer pitch outs 10 times already in the ball game. And throwing a lot of fastballs tonight. Through his first 74 pitches of the game, 41 of them were fastballs, an inordinately high number for Zach Greinke. 30 of those for strikes. He's mixed in his curve, his sliders, and changeups, but has really been living with that fastball tonight.
He has retired 14 of 16 since the Belt home run that led off the 2nd inning. A single and a walk, both by Blanco. That's been the only Giant base runner since Belt homer made it 1-0 San Francisco. Dyson in right field. It's drifting over there, but he's got it 1 away. Posey tonight 0 for 3.
See, I've got my own custom mini plan, partner.
Yeah, what do you got? Do we have that prepared? Did we prepare anything? So you could advise the folks as to how you might approach this scenario.
I see that Cubs series in September, the 17th, 18th, and 19th, because they're going to be battling for their very lives in the National League Central, trying to catch the Brewers at that point of the season. Ooh, we could rain on their parade a little bit.
Brewers beating up on the Marlins right now, 12-3 at Miller Park. So you're going for those games.
And then September 25th and 26th against the Dodgers, because by then we will have clinched and they'll be battling for the wild card in the National League West, and we can eliminate them.
I like that.
And jump in our own pool.
That would be fun. It was fun last year, everybody in the pool. Yeah, I went for the as I mentioned, some of the giveaways. Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, the Sugar Skull t-shirt. D-backs camo cap, Memorial Day, May 28th. That one against the Reds. I also I felt so bad for Jake Lamb last year after that bobblehead thing with the sheep.
Yeah.
And he took a lot of grief from his teammates on that. So
still does.
Not undeserved. But on July 21st, this was just announced, by the way, another Jake Lamb bobblehead is coming up. So I picked July 21st against the Rockies. Always good games, D-backs Rockies. That'll be Jake Lamb bobblehead this year.
I wonder what livestock will be featured on his bobblehead doll this year.
He'll be riding a camel or something. Being careful with Bell, to homer to lead off the 2nd. 3 balls and 1 strike. There's the Greinke changeup, darting down and away from the left-hand batter, and it's full 3-2. Greinke so far has walked 1. He's only got 2 strikeouts. Longoria on deck.
I think if you'd ask Zach Greinke, that's what he prefers. Cut down on the strikeouts, have more of those 3 or fewer pitch outs. Get you deeper into the ball game.
Here it is on 3-2. Into the shift. Goldie is there. Greinke covers, 2 down. I picked for my other games in my mini plan August 21st and 22nd, 2 6:40 starts against the Angels, because you've got Pujols, you've got Trout, you might get Ohtani. Here's Evan Longoria, who has twice grounded out to Devin Marrero at 3rd. Longoria's hit safely in 3 straight games and 5 of 6. Our producer Brad the Big Dog Weimer turned in his plan. He is also going to Cinco de Mayo to see the Astros, get the Sugar Skull t-shirt, see the world champs. He's also selected May 14th. Like you, he'll be at some of those Brewer games as Andrew Chafin starts to get loose. So Brad will be going to he used to produce Brewers games. He'll be up there bothering BA and Rock. He likes the vibe at Father's Day. So his wife Leanne is going to bring the son James, and the whole family will be here against the Mets June 17th. Cubs September 17th. Dodgers September 25th. That was the clinch date last year. That's why he picked that one. Good call. See, that's the way a producer thinks. You got to think like that. Now, last year we clinched on September 25th, so I'll go to that one this year. That's good thinking. Greinke trying to get through the heart of the order here in the 7th. 2-2 on Longoria. That's a fair ball, and Longoria's out. We stretch at Chase Field. We got a good one going. 2-1 D-backs.
The bottom half of the 7th inning. Evan Longoria with a single, a double, a long home run last night. Our Chaz Roberts Air Conditioning and Plumbing cool play of the game. Exit velocity is 74.1 miles an hour. Hit distance 5 feet. That's the same guy that hit one about 450 feet last night. What a game.
That's where you sort of realize there's no way I'm going to outrun this. I might as well just stand here.
Hope it rolls foul. Good job by Jeff Mathis to get on that ball before it had a chance to roll foul.
Reyes Moranta, the hard-throwing Reyes Moranta, with an ERA of 0 in 7 appearances, is on to start the home half. So you've got the Moranta-Peralta matchup here. David had an RBI single in the 3rd. He's 1 for 3. Opponents this year are just 2 for 25 against Reyes Moranta, a guy that can throw about 100 miles an hour.
Well, we'll get to see Randy Johnson's theory about velocity as opposed to location with Moranta on the mound, because he is not a guy that's going to try to hit corners. He's going to rear back and throw it as hard as he can for the middle of the plate.
D-backs looking to pad a 2-1 lead here. Fly ball pretty deep center, drifting over toward right center is Corquez Hernandez. One down. There's Ketel Marte, who's 0 for 3. Fans, don't forget, as Archie Bradley starts to get loose. Well, he looks good in that uni, doesn't he?
Sure does.
That's how a 3-finger Brown or somebody would have looked if they were a D-back. Our special broadcast ticket offer, good for tonight, only ends when the broadcast ends. So you got to take advantage here. It's getting late. Call the number on your screen, 602-514-8400. Purchase a D-backs mini plan. That's a mini season ticket plan. You can purchase discount tickets to any 4 home games this year, and you'll get your 5th game for free. You pick the seat, you pick the game. You can design all the plans. It's all up to you. Marte gives one a ride. It's gone. 3-1 D-backs. First of the year for Ketel Marte.
I think that was supposed to be a changeup low and away. He left it over the inside part of the plate. Marte, who usually has more power from the right side, goes deep to right field from the left side of the plate.
And Posey wants a timeout here. That's a jumbo jack off the bat of Ketel Marte. Free jumbo jack tomorrow. A jack in the box with a purchase of a large drink. And now we're set to go as Goldie steps in. He has walked, singled, and grounded out. 1 for 2 tonight.
Boy, really good to see Ketel Marte launch that ball. As a left-handed hitter, he was hitting only 194 this season after hitting 281 as a left-handed hitter last year. Now the upside is he's hitting 323 as a right-handed batter, where last year he only hit 235.
Checks in with a hitting coach, Dave Magadan, down there. All smiles from Ketel Marte. There's Mags. So it's a 3-1 D-backs lead. 2-0 on Goldie. D-backs trailed 1-0. Brandon Belt a home run to lead off the second inning for the Giants. They tied it bottom 3. Mathis doubled, Peralta the RBI single. And a home run by Pollock in the 6th, and now Marte in the 7th. This is going to stay playable for Posey. 2 outs. This is AJ leading off the 6th against Ty Blach.
Well, he knew it right away. You can tell as a hitter, you don't feel anything. You don't even feel the sensation of ball hitting bat when you hit it that squarely off the barrel.
A home run is 4th of the year. Giants put 3 defenders on the right side of the infield as Panic moves just over on the shortstop side of second. You see where Brandon Belt is, all by himself on the right hand side. '96 is in there, 1-1. Funny, AJ before the homer had struck out in both his previous at bats against Ty Blach. And so far in this 3-game series, he struck out 8 times. He was red hot coming in. Boy, Maranta slows it down with that slider. Front door, it's 1-2. Dice it on deck.
You know, obviously we've got a long way to go this season. A lot of things can happen, but we've talked about AJ altering his swing path to try to get the ball in the air a little bit more, take advantage of his strength. That could possibly lead to more strikeouts.
Posey wants it down and away. AJ goes down and gets it, a slider. It stays up for Blanco. But the D-backs pad their lead. Ketel Marte is first of the year from the left-hand side. And we head the 8th inning at Chase Field. D-backs looking for another series win. They lead at 3-1. poised to open the season with a 6th consecutive series victory. As they lead the Giants, Padres are in starting tomorrow. What's next brought to you by CenturyLink. Matt Cook, his first start this year. He looked very good in St. Louis in a relief appearance. He'll take the place of Taijuan Walker. Tyson Ross, who's back with the Padres this year, will open that up. Then it's Zach Godley and Patrick Corbin to finish out that series for the D-backs against the Padres. Archie Bradley on with a 3-1 lead in the 8th. He'll work to Crawford Hernandez in the pitcher spot, 7, 8, 9 in the Giant 8th inning. Crawford so far 0 for 2. By the way, we should update you on the Taijuan Walker situation if you haven't heard. He will need to have Tommy John surgery, and he'll have that Wednesday in New York. Dr. David Alchek will perform that surgery. He's an attending orthopedic surgeon in the sports medicine and shoulder service at Hospital for Special Surgery. Also the medical director for the New York Mets. So Taijuan will have his Tommy John next Wednesday in New York, and we wish him all the best on the long road to recovery. But he's certainly got a lot of guys who can empathize in that D-backs dugout.
Oh yeah, and possibly give him some advice on how to smooth over some of the speed bumps of the rehab process.
So the Diamondbacks say they may test their depth with that rotation spot. They'll try a number of guys, but Matt Cook gets the first look here, and that is tomorrow night against San Diego's Tyson Ross. Archie Bradley goes for the fastball and strikes out Crawford. 1 down.
Archie a little more under control here. His first batter faced tonight. Flame on the other night. He was throwing the ball all over the place. Didn't seem to have much command of anything, but much more in control tonight.
Yeah, Archie came on to start the 9th last night, struck out Tomlinson, got Crawford to ground out, then walked Sandoval and Jackson both on 3 and 2 pitches, and finally got the out to end the inning. But he wound up throwing last night 24 pitches in the ball game, and now he's on tonight for the 2nd night in a row. Seeing Archie Bradley, one of the things that Hal from Mesa decided to do. He's a big Archie fan. Who isn't? So Hal bought his D-backs mini plan, bringing his son's Little League team to see Archie Saturday the 12th against the Nationals. He bought several plans, in fact. So way to go, Hal.
That's a way to do it. Yeah, if you got a team of Little Leaguers and a couple of coaches, you can put some packages together and bring the whole gang.
Yeah, these are discount prices, and bring your fake beards, everything. Corquez Hernandez fouls that off, and it's 1 and 2. And you're running out of time, fans. You got to get on this here. Getting late in the 8th inning. Our special broadcast ticket offer, good for tonight only. 602-514-8400 over the phone. There's a strikeout on a fastball. 2 down.
The back punch outs to start Archie's night here. Just rushes a high fastball by Corquez Hernandez right there.
Well, this is the way it went for Archie last night. He got the first 2 outs, and then Sandoval came on to hit for the pitcher and walked. And here is the Panda once again. 211 and a home run. 1 for 5 with a double as a pinch hitter this year. "95 in," says Tom Hellion. 1 and 1. A strike away from striking out the side. Archie Bradley with a 3-1 lead. D-backs looking for their 6th straight series win to start the year. Brian from Chandler has ordered his mini plan. He wants to win to take batting practice against Randy Johnson.
Be careful what you wish for.
All right, Brian from Chandler, nice job there. 1 and 2 on the Panda. Just missed at 94. Bill from Sholo bought his mini plan. Just wants to say hello from up north. Bob, you need to go up there and do some fishing this summer.
Yes, indeed.
So that's Bill. Nice job, Bill. 2 and 2. Got him. Archie Bradley Comes on in the 8th inning and he strikes out the side. He got Crawford to start it off. And then Gorkys Hernandez, and finally the Panda goes down swinging. Bottom 8 at Chase. D-backs 3, Giants 1.
Game, Brandon Webb, we're going to talk about Zach Greinke. Was that vintage Greinke? What did you see?
Wasn't vintage Greinke. The fastball velocity wasn't quite where he wants it, I don't think, yet, but the pinpoint location, the change of the speeds was. He did a great job. Didn't even give up a hit his last 4 innings. Awesome job.
All right, lots to talk about when this is done, but first let's get to that point, so let's send it back to you. Steve, take it away.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you after the ball game. Sam Dyson, the right-hander, who has struggled again this year. He's given up 5 runs in 6 1/3 innings in his 6 appearances. That ERA is getting up there, and Giant fans are getting a little angry. They, of course, are without Mark Melancon, and they're just trying to ham and egg it back there. Sherrod Dyson leads off the D-backs 8th. Got a call from Corey. He purchased his D-backs mini plan. He is planning an outing for his buddies at work. He works for the sheriff's department. They're going to the Dodger game May 1st.
Nice. We're going to need law enforcement.
I was just going to say, you have a lot of sheriffs in here for Dodger fans. So, Corey, we may need some extra work for you and your buddies. Mike and Donna bringing their 2 daughters to a Cubs game. They're coming up. So we'll look forward to seeing you guys, Mike and Donna, here during that Cubs series.
Hey, you mentioned the guy bringing his Little League team out here.
Yeah, that's Hal from Mesa's doing that.
Yeah, on June 30th, these Giants will be back in town, and it's D-Bag's duffel bag day. Little Leaguers got to have a duffel bag to carry all that stuff in.
Good call. Really good call.
You know, the candy bars and the sunflower seeds and the Gatorade.
So Brad Boxberger starting to get loose in the D-back bullpen. Boxberger got the loss last night, gave up the home run to Brandon Belt in the 10th. 1-2 on Dyson. Dyson checked in midway through after Chris Owings was injured in an outfield collision, full speed out there in right center. He collided with A.J. Pollock. They will have no update, we're told, on Chris Owings until after the game. Looked like he took a knee to the head out there. Walked off the field under his own power, but boy, both those guys were on a dead run, and they just went flying into each other right in front of the pool out there.
Pretty sure Dyson's going to win this matchup. One of them. Sam and Gerard hooked up here.
Nice work.
That's not a typo.
Dyson and Dyson. I have a power tool that says that, I think. Bandsaw.
You have a power tool?
No, I don't know how to use it. It's in the box. I work strictly at home under the call the guy system.
There you go.
Hey, the blank is broken. Well, call the guy.
Call the guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cindy has every phone number you need for that stuff.
Well, the guy for the Diamondbacks call tonight was Archie Bradley. He threw 4 swing and miss fastballs in his 1-2-3 strike them all out inning. Just blew it right by him.
2-2 and Dyson v. Dyson. Belted first, foot race to the bag, and that's 1 out in the 8th. Here's Nick Ahmed. Nick last time up hit one deepest part of left center field in this ballpark, and Gregor Blanco ran all the way over and tracked it down in the corner, almost under the home run porch out there. It almost was certainly a double for Nick, but Blanco covers so much ground still, he was able to run it down. Well, 1 out, bottom 8th, so it's almost the end of our special broadcast ticket offer. Remember, fans, good only for tonight during the broadcast, so once the game ends, the offer goes away. Buy a 4-game mini plan, discount tickets, by the way, so you're already getting a discount. And the 5th game you pick is absolutely free. So it's 5 games for the price of 4 at a discount price at that. You pick the game, you pick the seat. But we do ask that you check the schedule before you call in so we can speed the process along. Got a lot of folks on the line on hold here. We want to make sure that everybody has the chance. Bonnie Lee Gary has checked in. First one May 5th, so they're going for the Sugar Skull T-shirt, Cinco de Mayo.
Nice.
And Paige was very helpful. So thank you, Paige, one of the folks answering the phones here at the ballpark. So when you call in, try to know the dates that you want. Now the prices are going to vary depending on the games you pick. There's not one fixed price for this. So some games cost more than others, so you got to be mindful of that as well. But trying to have an idea of the games you want when you call in, so folks behind you on hold can get their orders in as well. But it ends when the game ends. 602-514-8400. You'll also get postseason priority. You can get the right to buy playoff tickets before they go on sale to the public. Now that's a huge deal right there.
Well, that's worth it in and of itself.
Ahmed skies one to center. Hernandez over there. And you'll also be automatically entered to win a meet and greet with Gonzo and a meet and greet with Randy Johnson. Now those are 2 separate prizes for 2 separate folks. Gonzo will be involved. This is a good one too. We heard from Jake from Phoenix. He played at ASU with Devin Marrero. Devin Marrero's the Sun Devil.
How about that?
So Jake got his mini plan. He's coming this weekend for the Padres and the Brewers to see Pat Murphy, former Sun Devil coach,
yeah.
and he'll see his old teammate Devin Marrero hopefully. So a nice job there, Jake from Phoenix. It's been a good night for Devin. He has singled and walked 1 for 2. And he's looked very good down there at third.
Yeah, really flashed some good leather, especially early in the ball game.
Jake Lamb continues to progress very nicely. Jake was busy again today, and he's very close to becoming. He might join us actually on the next road trip. It looks like we leave Sunday for Philly and Washington. Good chance Jake Lamb is on that trip, which is very good news. He continues to work out, take ground balls, hit. Crawford charges, bare hands it. That's why he's Brandon Crawford, one of the best there is. 3 Gold Gloves. We head to the 9th. It's 3-1 D-backs. You'll receive 15% off here at the Chase Field Team Shop when you use the card by Gila River Casinos. Well, Brad Boxberger gave up a 2-out 2-run homer to Brandon Belt in the 10th inning last night and got stuck with a loss. And now Brad is on back-to-back nights trying to save this one. 3-1 in the 9th inning. Last night he threw 19 pitches. And here he is looking for his 6th save of the year.
Well, it was said by somebody a lot smarter than me. One of the best attributes that a closer can have is a short memory.
Well, the interesting thing about last night, and even Brad did admit every outing is different. It was not a save situation. It came on in a tie game, of course. So they'll look to box him up here for the last 3 outs. Blanco, Panic, McCutchen, top of the order in the 9th. Stay tuned after the ball game. Todd Walsh, Brandon Webb standing by. D-Backs Live post-game show brought to you by CenturyLink. We'll get an update on Chris Owings, who had to leave the ball game after an outfield collision with A.J. Pollock. And we will announce the winners of the Gonzo and RJ meet and greets. So don't miss that one as Tom Hallion gets caught with one that got behind Mathis.
He's sitting on the outside corner. Boxberger throws it back to the inside corner and just off the webbing of the glove, and then the right hand of home plate umpire Tom Hallion.
Ryan DePenfilo has been busy lately. Well, that's the strike hand, so I hope that doesn't have an adverse effect on Brad Boxberger.
Boy, Ryan DePanfilo has had way more screen time than he anticipated in the early going this season.
I was sitting with Dippy on the bus in L.A. and he said, yeah, that's a bad thing. I want to be in the dugout out of camera range because it means somebody's hurt.
Well, that being said, Ryan and Ken Crenshaw and their entire staff in that Diamondbacks training room do such an outstanding job, not only getting guys back on the field after an injury, but just keeping them on the field, avoiding injuries.
You think you work a long day.
Oh, brother.
Holy cow. Those guys are tireless day and night. So it's 1-0 on Blanco to lead off the 9th. Blanco has singled and walked against Zach Greinke. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Marrero comes in a step or two at third. Fastball's called a strike, and it's 2-2. D-backs looking for a 6th consecutive series win to start the year, extending the club record. Got him. Came with a fastball. Blanco strikes out, 1 down.
Boxberger challenging with that low 90s fastball. That's Archie Bradley like. Just rear back and throw it as hard as you can toward the middle of the plate. Little sinking action away that time. Gets a swing and a miss.
Joe Panik 0 for 3. We've talked about run prevention and what that means for this year's D-backs team. McCutchen doubled in the first. Belt led off the second with a homer. Blanco had a single in the third, and that was the last Giants hit. Boxberger trying to follow up Archie Bradley, who struck out the side 1-2-3. He's ahead of Panik 0-2. Just shoots that the other way, fair into left. A long single for Panik. And now the Giants will get the tying run to the plate with 1 out in the 9th. It's Andrew McCutchen, and the big boys are coming up. McCutchen doubled in the first. He's 1 for 3. McCutchen singled off Boxberger to lead off the 10th inning last night. He stole second and scored on the Belt homer.
Looked like Butch dropped his pitch counter over there. Foul ball. Yeah, there it is. That's how the pitching coach keeps track of how many deliveries each pitcher makes out there on the mound. I've told the story many times about Bobby Welch, Curt Schilling's first start. Bob Welch was my pitching coach. I asked him in the 4th inning, how many pitches has he thrown? And Welch, he looked at the pitch counter and it was 0-0-1. He had stopped after the first pitch of the game.
Yeah, Butch is going to look at that thing and go, what do you mean Boxberger threw 50 pitches? Fastball up and in. It's 2 balls and 1 strike on Andrew McCutchen with Buster Posey the on deck hitter. Fly ball left field. Peralta. 2 outs, no tag by Panic. Posey is the last man standing for the Giants. He's 0 for 3. They're on their feet here at Chase Field. D-backs a chance to win another series. They would be a perfect 6 for 6 to start the year. That's never happened in franchise history. Posey right now is stuck in a 1 for 18 skid. I want to thank everyone who participated in our broadcast ticket offer tonight. If you're on the phone, we'll still take your order, of course. 602-514-8400. Buy 4 games, get the 5th one free. It showed up as a strike, but Tom Hallion says ball 2. Leaking toward the seats. Goldie's over there, and it's out of play. Panic is at first after a 1-out single. Posey is the tying run at the plate. 2 outs in the ninth.
You know, 2 outs in the ninth, and neither team has used a mound visit yet. You might as well go out there once.
Just so you can say you did. Boxberger telling Mathis what he likes here. Our thanks again to Randy Johnson. We had a good time with the big unit in the booth. We'll do that all year long on these Throwback Thursdays. 2 balls and 1 strike on Buster Posey. Change up in the dirt. Panic stays put. It's 3-1, and Belt, who has homered in each of the last 2 games, is the on deck hitter. And he would be the go ahead run at the plate should Posey reach. That's down in right center. Panic will stop at second, and Brandon Belt will hit. Belt homered in the second against Zach Greinke, and he hit this one off Boxberger in the 10th last night.
Boy, the way Brandon Belt is swinging the bat right now, you've got to be very careful if you go inside against him. He's lightning quick on pitches on that inside corner of the plate, especially when they're down. If you go inside, it should be up at the hands. Otherwise, just stay away.
Belt has been the difference maker for the Giants in this series. The only hit against Patrick Corbin Tuesday in the 10th inning home run off Boxberger last night. The shift is on again against Belt. Marrero will stay near the third base bag. Ahmed, the shortstop, on the first base side of second. 2 on and 2 out for the Giants. First pitch changeup, and it's 0-1. Kelby Tomlinson running for Buster Posey. He's the tying run. This has got a chance to stay playable for Marrero. He's calling for it. And box him up. The D-backs win it 3-1. The save for Boxberger. And the Diamondbacks have started the 2018 season with 6 consecutive series wins.
Outstanding. We mentioned that the Diamondbacks had 18 of their first 21 games against the National League West. Well, we're 15 games into that stretch against the West. Diamondbacks are 11-4 with 3 to go against the Padres this weekend.
And 13-5 overall. First place in baseball's toughest division, the National League West. Brandon Webb, Todd Walsh are standing by. Diamondbacks Live, the postgame show, follows our break here. Back from Chase after this.